So we're now on the prelims proper, and there are 4 fights, people, and they are fire fights. Oh my gosh, right? We start things off with our sole female fight on the card, right? We are with the strawweights, Tatiana Suarez against Loopy Godinez. And yeah, that's a good one, man. So Lapita Godinez, aka Loopy, she's 32, 5'2", 61-inch reach, 14-5 overall record. She is 9-5 in the UFC, right? Former LFA strawweight champion. And she is coming off of 2 wins, right? So, yeah, Loopy, man, she made her debut, right? Well, she won the LFA title all the way back October 2020. It was a great fight. Oh my God, right? It was, oh man, it was she beat the bricks off Demopoulos, and it was crazy. She then made a debut April 2021, lost to a split decision to Jessica Penne. Right, bounced back, beat Salvana Gomez, caught with an armbar, October 2021. Right, lost to Luana Carolina by unanimous decision, but then beat Luma Lookboome, very good win there, and Arena Caraleso. Lost unanimous to Angela Hill, beat Cynthia Calvillo, Emily Ducotte, right, Alessi Reed, and Tabitha Ritchie. The Ritchie win is very good, I think, when we see how well Ritchie has developed and come on, you know. Lost to Vini Janjarauba and Mackenzie Dern. But then, you know, she came back, right? She beat Julia Polastri and last time out Jessica Andrade, which is a huge one, right? Former champion, full nearly every weight, right? Obviously in the female bracket, right? She's not gone heavyweight, right? But Jessica Andrade, that is a big win right there, and she looked good doing it, right? It wasn't just a fluke. No, Godinez looked good in that win, right? So, man, she has fought a lot of tough opposition, right? For a former champ, the current champ, right? Like, she has been in there. Ducati was the Invicta champion, you know? Same with Angela Hill, right? So, man, she's been tested, and I think a good evolution in Godinez, right? Now, she is stepping in there with Tatiana Suarez, right? Who, I mean, we know how good Suarez is, right? Suarez is 35, so slightly older. Slightly taller, I think 3 inches taller, a 66-inch reach, so she's got a 4-inch reach advantage. She's 11-1, right? So I only lost once. Now, it wasn't a great loss, right? But, you know, I think we are seeing growth when you consider the injuries and everything, right? As well. So Suarez, he's 8-1 in the UFC. So yeah, last time out she beat Amanda Lemos. Right, that was September last year. Got a unanimous decision there. And she looked good, right? It couldn't put it away, but didn't look bad at all, which was good because she did look out of her depth in a way in the Weili Zhang loss, right? Because I think we just saw the imbalance in the striking, and I think that's always been her weakness. Now we've seen a progression with it to an extent, but in the Weili fight, the gulf was so big, and she's a great wrestler, right? She's got submissions, but every fight starts standing. And if someone's got good takedown defense, right, the striking and the threat of striking is the thing that can open up the opportunity to get those takedowns, right? So that's what you need. And Suarez has struggled with some people in that regard, right? But man, she has fought a heap of tough motherfuckers, right? She was an Ultimate Fighter champion, right? She won season 23. But, it's like there was health issues and things that got in the way, right? Made her, after winning, right? She beat Kate Jackson, guillotine. JJ Aldridge was on her season too. Beat Amanda Cooper, right, with a Darce choke. Amanda Cooper, I think that is oh my god, he fought recently. She's the wife of a UFC fighter, I believe. Anyway. Right, she got a performance of the night. Oh, right. No, the Amanda Cooper fight was the Ultimate Fighter Championship winner. Right? So she won it. Yes. And then she was out for a year. Kind of. Right? Injuries. But came back, beat Viviana Paer in November 2017. Then she beat Alexa Grasso. Right? And oh man, I remember this fight because I was just like, Grasso was looking good. Just like, oh man, you just kill her with that one, right? You knew Suarez would win. The Suarez is just so fucking, oh man, right? Beat former champion former two-time champion Carla Esparza, right? Then had the Nina Nunes fight, right? After again being out for a minute with injuries. Then beat Montana De La Rosa, right? Jessica Andrade, which then led to the title fight. And in a lot of these fights, right? Like Andrade, De La Rosa, Esparza, Grasso, like she's looked so impressive, right? Choking people out, using her wrestling and jiu-jitsu to dominate, because that's her, man. She's got that style. She's fire. So with this one, right, she's got the reach advantage and everything like that. So I think the stand-up isn't going to be as much of a problem. Now, the big thing is Loopy, right? Because I think I said it about Richie, right, the other week, which was a mistake. I was meaning Loopy. Loopy has got I think two sisters even, who are Olympic wrestlers. So yeah, Loopy, she's getting those looks. So will Suarez be able to take her down? Or at least take her down as easily? That's the big question. But I do think yeah, I think this is Suarez's fight, right? I think Loopy is great. You know what I mean? I think she's an outstanding fighter, but I just think Suarez is just that different animal. And, you know, I do believe that her striking will be better than the last time we saw her out. Because we definitely do see that growth in Suarez every time she fights. So, yeah, I'm going to say Suarez for the win. Now, we then jump to the lightweights. We have Mateusz Gamrot against Esteban Ribovics, which is just another outstanding matchup, right? El Gringo, Esteban Ribovics. He is 29, 5'10", 69-inch reach. He's a 15-2 overall record. He's 4-2 in the UFC. He came via the Contender Series, right? Won the contract in August 2022. Knocked out Thomas Paula in the first round, right? Made his debut March 2023. Lost the decision to Lukic Rodadaev, right? But came back with a win over Kamala Kirk. Terrence McKinney with the head kick. Yo, that was brutal. That one's so fucking brutal. Right? Got a split, obviously, over Daniel De Huber, right? At Noche, which was, whoo, I mean, that was fire, right? That was a fire card. We then had he lost a split decision to Nazarat Hapsarat. Beat Elvis Brenado last time out, right? And his last three fights, all fight of the night, right? All fight of the night, which says a lot, you know? But yeah, Ribovics, he is good, man. He's very good. Good hands, you know? Very good hands. He does have submissions. It's just we haven't really seen them in the UFC. Right? In the on the regional circuit, he's pulled off a few Kimuras, arm bars, triangle chokes, all of that jazz, right? Now, he is facing Gamrot. He's 35, 5'10", 70.5-inch reach, right? He's 25-4 with one no contest. You know, in the UFC's 8-4, right? The no contest came in his KSW time, right? So, yeah, Gamrot, man, he made his debut because he was the KSW champion, right? So fair with him coming into the promotion, lost a split decision to Goram Kutsadesi, right? That was fight of the night. So he lost that, but then comes back, beat Scott Holtzman, Jeremy Stevens. Stevens with a Kimura in the first, right? Diego Ferreira, right? Armand You know, that was a good fight, right? That really was. Fight of the night, right? Lost to Benny Dariush. Then he beat Jalen Turner, Rafael Faiz, Rafael dos Santos. Lost a split to Dan Hooker, right? Beat Ludwig Klein, which was a good, very good win. Last time out, he lost to Charles Oliveira, right? BMF Oliveira, as it were. got caught with a rear naked in the second round. So, man, this is like, both of these are very tough. Like, I think it's fair to say that Gamrot has fought the slightly higher level of competition, right? He definitely has. It hasn't always gone his way, though, right? Hasn't always gone his way. He's been outworked, right? The Dariush fight, the Hooker fight, you know? Which, I'm intrigued, you know? I'm intrigued. But I kind of feel that, yeah, I think this one, I think I'm going to go Ribovics, you know? Which, at first, I think I was thinking Gamrot, but thinking about it, I think I'm going to go Ribovics. Okay, so now we go to the welterweights. We have got Kevin Holland against Randy. This is such a great matchup, man. Rude boy Randy Brown, 35, 6'3", 78-inch reach, 20-7 overall record. Right? He is coming off a loss. He's 14-7 in the UFC. So he's a vet, man. Right? Got caught by Gabriel Bonfim last time. That was November last year. You know, that was coming off a big win over Nicholas Dalby, right? Man, knocked Dalby out. That was huge. That was such a good win, you know? Like, there was a split loss to Brian Battle, which I thought was rough, you know? I thought he won that fight, right? That was that was a messy one. And it seems like it's a shame because he was, putting together a nice little streak, right? And it's one of them things with Brown that, man, he's always looked good, right? Made his debut all the way back January 2016, right? Beat Matt Dyer. Then he got choked out by Mike Graves, right? Couple lost to Bilal Muhammad, beat Mickey Gall. So I think, if I remember correctly, Randy Brown came from Dana White looking for a fight, right? I believe. I think they watched him in his win over Robert Plodkin, right, where he defended his title, right? I think that's what happened with that fight that got him to UFC. So the Mickey Gall fight was two fighters coming off of that, right? Now, he was beating Nico Price, but he put himself in a stupid position and got, stopped, right? So there have definitely been times where his fight IQ has not been the best. Like Jack Della Maddalena, he was looking really good in that fight, right? But decided to exit with his hands down, which was just like, what are you doing? Got caught, then got choked out, right? So there's definitely been times where you just think, Randy, man, come on, man. But I will say, he then, he beat Wellington Tumen in 2023. Then Muslim Salikov got performance of the night for that one. And Alexei Zazeku dos Santos. And I think in those fights, we'd seen like this new Randy Brown. And it was just like, okay. Right? But, yeah, then then it's just been exchanging of wins and losses. Now, he against a fan favorite, a vet, right? Kevin Trail, big mouth, Holland, 33, 6'3", 81-inch reach, which is like, yo. And the funny thing is, younger fighter here, right? For what, like, you think Brown is the younger, no, it's Holland's the younger fighter, right? They're the same height, but Holland has a 3-inch reach advantage. He's 28-15 with 1 no contest. Right now, he's on a 2-fight skid, but I don't think that really defines who Holland is. He's 15-12, 1 no contest in the UFC. Yeah, he fought on the contender. He won on the contender, didn't get the contract, right? But talked himself into a fight. You know what I mean? Because he was just like, listen, I'll fight whoever, whatever. And that's what they did. They threw him in, man. You know? And I think ever since, we've seen some good shit, right? Like, I did kind of think he beat Rodriguez. The Malott fight was just ridiculous, right? Malott should have been disqualified. It was bonkers, right? So, you know what I mean? It's been a bit rough, but, man, we've seen him look good. Like, Gunnar Nelson, I mean, he was so impressive against Gunnar. Like, it was just the fact that he just couldn't get the finish, but you're just like, man, he owned that fight. And Vicente Lupe, that fight was just, you know, he owned that one. There's been some missteps, right? Like the Renata Ridavan. I think the Roman Delite fight, he fucked his rib up. So it's kind of like, did it really even happen? You know what I mean? Looked really fucking good against Mikhail Olajaychuk. Oh, man, he looked really good in that one. Right, there's been some fights that didn't quite go to plan. Right, I think the Jack Della Maddalena fight, I think a little bit more activity probably would have secured that. It was a split though, you know. Got a great das on Chiesa. That knockout of Ponzinibbio was fire. Right, so there's been ups, there's been downs. It's always there to fight, right? Always there to fight. And, you know, with the Malott fight especially, right? There's some bad taste that Holland wants to get out of his mouth. So I'm going Kevin Holland for the win. And our featured fight of the prelims, taking us into our main card. We are with the featherweights, people. All right? I think this is the sole featherweight clash on the card. You know? No, I lie. I lie. Because straight away, the main card, we got one. But, yeah, we got Patricio Pitbull against Aaron Pico. So with this one, Patricio Pitbull, he's 38, 5'6", 67-inch reach, 37-8 overall record. You know, he is now 1-1 in the UFC, coming off a win in the last, which was a unanimous decision to Dan Ige. Right, his debut was April last year, UFC 314. Yeah, against Yair Rodriguez, and Rodriguez kind of just owned him in that fight. It's very lackluster performance from Pitbull as well. I mean, the Ige fight was a lot better, but also Ige didn't really do anything, You know, so it's still a bit hard to judge with that one. When I say hard to judge, because we know Pitbull is a good fighter. You know what I mean? It's not like you go, is he any good? Like, we know he's good. What I mean is, it's hard to judge how much he's got left, right? How he could do in the promotion itself, right? Now, he has fought a lot of high-level fighters, you know, just that, you know, have been in other promotions, right? But then people like Sergio Pettis, who came via the UFC, you know, he's got a win and a loss to AJ McKee Jr., right? Yeah, I mean, he beat Michael Chandler, Juan Acalera, right? Emmanuel Sanchez. Yeah, when you look at everyone he's fought, right? And if you know the sport, yeah, they were all the top, like, contenders in that promotion. You know what I mean? It's not like he was fighting just anybody's, right? He was fighting those top contenders. So, man, look, we know what Pitbull can do, right? He can knock you out. He's also got submissions. You know what I mean? The name says it. He's a Pitbull, right? But Aaron Pico, he's 29, 5'8", 70-inch reach. So he's 2 inches taller, and he's got a 3.5 reach advantage. He's 13-5 overall, right? Fights out. I think he's 0-1 in the UFC, losing his debut kind of spectacularly, right? Which was just like, oh shit, that spinning elbow. And it's just like, I mean, it wasn't even fight, right? Pico was showing a lot of aggression, and it was just that was his downfall, because he rushed in. Didn't set anything up, right? Rushed in, got sparked. All right, but, you know, look, we know what he can do. We know what he can do. He's been doing it all through, you know, like he was a big prospect coming into lost his debut, right? But then came back, was looking very impressive, right? He then lost a couple back to back. You know what I mean? Got knocked out, right? But I think he did get revenge for one of those, right? Henry Corrales got revenge for that fight, you know? So there is that. And I think there's been talk about him having a glass chin. Like it's not like he hasn't been hit before. So I think, like, he hasn't got a glass chin. Because if you've got a glass chin, anytime you're hit, you're done, right? And I wouldn't say that's the case with Pico. It's just, I think, when you don't see the punch, right, that's the thing that gets you. And if you're rushing in, you know, it's just you have to temper the aggression at times, right? Know when to pour it on. So I think that's been his downfall, right? And we saw it against Lerone, you know? So I do not think that Pico is spent or any of the nonsense that has been flying around. You get me? It's just he has to be a bit more considerate when doing things, you know when to put that foot on the pedal, know when to hold back, all of that stuff, right? So it's an interesting bout. I think Aaron Pico, right? He knows what went wrong. He knows what he needs to do. He's with Greg Jackson and the boys, right? So I'm saying Aaron Pico for the win. What a great fucking stack of fights, right? To take us into our main card for this numbered event. Whew.